All right, let's talk about something every gamer's been feeling but maybe hasn't put into words yet. Franchise fatigue. That creeping sense of didn't we just play this last year when a new sequel drops with a new coat of paint, the same formula, and a $70 price tag. And it's not just about boredom, it's about pressure because gaming isn't cheap anymore. The average player isn't buying 5 games a year like we used to. Most of us, one, maybe two, if the stars align and the wallet doesn't cry too hard. Today, we're diving into how franchise fatigue and consumer spending pressure are changing the gaming landscape and what it means for the future of the industry. Franchise fatigue is when even loyal fans stop caring. It's when a name that once hyped you up now makes you sigh. Think about it. How many times can you reboot, remaster, or repackage before players just tune out? You've got Call of Duty pushing out yearly releases, Assassin's Creed jumping through historical time periods like a multiverse, and Pokemon still running on Switch hardware that wheezes like it's doing a 40-yard dash in flip-flops. At some point, the magic fades. Not because the games are bad, some are great, don't get me wrong, but because they stop feeling special. Now layer in the real world stuff. Inflation's up, rent's up, groceries are up, but somehow publishers think we've got infinite cash for deluxe editions and endless microtransactions. A new AAA game costs $70 now. Add a battle pass, another 10, add DLC, another 30, and if you're into cosmetics, God help your credit card. So when people talk about franchise fatigue, it's not just creative exhaustion, it's financial exhaustion. Players are tired of being nickel and dimed for the same experience. Then you've got Game Pass and PlayStation Plus changing the way we think about ownership. We're used to owning our own games. Now we rent them. For a lot of gamers, the subscription model feels like relief, a cheaper way to play more, but there's a big twist to all this. It's also reshaping spending behavior. People who used to buy every major release now just wait for it to hit Game Pass. So publishers respond by pumping out more and more content to keep you subscribed, and the cycle repeats. More output, less excitement. We're in a weird era where accessibility is up, but passion is way down. Now, from a business perspective, it's easy to see why this keeps happening. Franchises are safe, they sell. When investors ask for predictable revenue, studios point to what's worked before. The same reason Marvel keeps cranking out spin-offs. You can't scale creativity on a spreadsheet. But here is the real kicker. The same safety that keeps studios alive might be the thing that kills the spark. Every new entry risks burning out the fan base a little more. It's like squeezing juice from a lemon that's already been in 10 cocktails. Gamers are evolving. 10 years ago, it was all about new tech, new graphics, and next-gen hype. Now, it's about value and time. We're older. We've got jobs, kids, bills. We're not grinding 8 hours a day anymore. We want quality over quantity. That's why smaller indie games like Hades, Dave the Diver, or Pal World explode. They give fresh ideas, good replay value, and affordable entry. People want something new, not something newer. And here's something that's also kind of wild. Franchise fatigue isn't always an accident. Sometimes it's designed. Companies know players will get burnt out. That's why they stagger sequels, introduce remakes, or refresh the IP with a new name. It's not about innovation. It's about buying time. Think Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. It's not reinvention, it's rotation. The danger, eventually even the diehards stop defending it. We're already seeing a lot of the cracks. Gamers aren't quiet anymore. Look at Steam reviews, subreddit threads, YouTube breakdowns. People are calling it out. When Skull and Bones dropped, players did not hold back. When Overwatch 2 scrapped its PvE mode, fans revolted. Even when Battlefield 2042 launched unfinished, people literally refunded it en masse. Players are voting with their wallets, and that's the one feedback metric publishers actually listen to. While big studios chase safe sequels, smaller teams are thriving. Larian with Baldur's Gate 3 proved you can make a deep, complete, and respectful game with no battle pass required, and it absolutely embarrassed most AAA launches last year. That success story sent a message. Gamers aren't tired of games. We're tired of the same games. If you respect players' time and money, you win hearts and sales. We also can't ignore the mental side. Every trailer, every teaser, every pre-order bonus, it's constant noise. The hype machine is so loud that by the time the game actually drops, people are already burnt out. And when every franchise tries to dominate the news cycle, none of them feel special. We've gone from excitement to exhaustion. Gamers are starting to tune out of hype, and that's terrifying for marketers. So where do we go from here? Studios are facing a crossroads. They can either keep milking existing IPs until they collapse or take a risk on something new. The good news, the audience is ready. Players are craving new ideas, new worlds, and new risks. Games like Helldivers 2 show there's still room for fresh energy, even if it borrows from familiar mechanics. But if the industry keeps pretending we're not noticing the fatigue, they're in for a rude awakening. This year's data shows that most gamers buy fewer than 2 games a year and rely heavily on free-to-play or subscription titles. That's a massive shift from even 5 years ago. Why? Because we're all doing the math. $70 for one campaign that lasts maybe 10 hours versus a free game that lasts months. Gamers aren't dumb. We've become economists with controllers. So what happens to the big guys? EA, Activision, Ubisoft? They're not going anywhere, but their strategies will change. Expect longer gaps between major releases. Expect more live service hooks to keep you inside one ecosystem instead of selling you sequels. And expect a lot more crossovers, like Fortnite bringing in Star Wars, Marvel, and Lego, because that's cheaper than making something new. Franchise fatigue won't kill the big studios, but it's going to reshape them for sure. But here's the silver lining. Every fatigue cycle eventually bursts innovation. It happened with shooters, with MMOs, and with battle royales. When the market floods, the next breakout idea surfaces. Maybe the next Minecraft, maybe the next Among Us, or maybe something completely new, powered by AI-assisted creativity or player-driven worlds. Gamers always find the fun again. It just takes a reset. But if you want better games, support better studios. Don't pre-order out of FOMO, don't reward lazy sequels, and don't let marketing convince you a franchise name equals quality. We have more power now than ever. Reviews, refunds, and word of mouth shape the market. The more we demand originality, the faster the industry will pivot. Franchise fatigue isn't the death of gaming. It's a growing pain, a sign that players are evolving faster than publishers. The industry will adapt, but it's going to take some uncomfortable years. Until then, play what makes you happy. Buy less and enjoy more. And remember, the best games aren't the ones with the biggest budgets. They're the ones that make you forget about the price tag. Well, as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to drop them below in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I hope you have a good one.